A rap star's effort to save women. Next. And welcome to the Stan Simpson Show, a program about Connecticut people and compelling issues, making a point to drop in every week. He is better known as the Kangol Kid, part of UTFO and their hit back in the 80s, Roxanne, Roxanne. But these days, Kangol Kid and some of his hip-hop partners are working a new groove, breast cancer awareness. Inspired 2 years ago by the death of Gabe Francis Lucas, the mother of Kangol's business partner, the Mama Luke movement was formed, and it is actively raising money and awareness for the American Cancer Society. To tell us more about the Mama Luke movement is the Kangol Kid, hip-hop legend, pioneer from the 80s.
Yes, sir.
Back in the day.
Yeah, man. How are you,
How
man?
you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed. How about that? I'm absolutely
Now, why are you
blessed?
blessed?
Because I've had so much given to me in the past with the success of what we've done as hip-hop pioneers, and an opportunity now to give back. That is an incredible feeling that cats who have not done that yet really need to try it.
Now, Kangol Kid, I know you were a legend back in the day. When I hear that name, that tells me that you appreciated branding back before branding became branding,
How
right?
about that?
Because your name's not the Kangol Kid,
right.
so
Well,
you worked out a deal with Kangol, obviously, right?
That inevitably took place as well, but
how'd that come about? Because that was pretty brilliant in hindsight, right?
You know, we were the first to do a lot in hip hop. And so, you know, there was no manual, no way of knowing how to do this thing.
Right.
We all took a few steps forward and many steps backwards to figure out this hip hop thing. It took for cats like us to get robbed, for these cats today to get paid.
We'll talk about that later,
yeah,
too.
How about that? And so, you know, my doing this whole thing, wearing the hat, I wasn't looking at it as a monetary thing at all. Those things didn't even exist. I'm the first product endorsed hip hop artist. And you know, when we did use, when I came out with the name, of course, the headwear, the company, of course, you know, had issues with that and sent letters to the record company stating that, you know, that cease and desist, that cease and desist letter. And you know, as a teenager, you know, as a young kid, all I knew is the word sue meant something bad,
right.
And so I definitely tried to shy away from that. But the label stayed in touch with the company about it, and they realized that every city we performed in, their sales went up. So that let's work something out, is, you know, the way they came at us afterwards. And you know, I was given the name on a year-to-year basis, provided that I keep my nose clean and do nothing to, you know, discredit the company. And they couldn't take it back if they wanted. Right now, it is synonymous with hip-hop history, and I'm just again blessed, man.
But that kind of partnership was unprecedented for anyone back in that day to have.
Oh, absolutely. You know, of course, that turned into the world of Run DMC and Adidas,
right.
And you know, all the other endorsements that took place. MC Hammer and his first hip hop commercial for KFC. You know, so it's like all these things took place in hip hop after, you know, what we've done. A lot of us have done a lot of firsts to lead it to this place that it is right now.
Now, before we talk about your evolution now to help save women, let's take a look at you singing one of your great hits, Roxanne, Roxanne, for folks who may not have heard of the Kangol Kid.
Let's do it.
Hit it, Andrew.
And no seal, Mizzo, is the grizzly, cause I ain't Gizzo. What's being the pressure, giving devious rap? I thought I meant that, I said it was trap. I thought I'd be a piece of cake, but it was nothing like that. That's what I give a thing, it ain't that like that. There's a twist side to Gizzo, it's the over whistle. This is like a twist of the thing, like I did a whistle. Bang, bang, brother, I feel bad, but I ain't committed suicide. Don't crash. All the rappers is a figure of speech. It's just an apple, I'm here, I'm blowing a beat. I thought I had it in a palm of my hand. Roxanne, Roxanne, don't you understand? Roxanne, Roxanne, I wanna be your man. I'm out of here, man. I got crazy love for y'all. All of them, big up.
Remember, oh, that's the guy we're talking about.
Guy. Yeah, I remember him.
Oh, yeah, remember that stuff.
I was in high school.
Roxanne.
I was in college. I'm sure they're all going through that. You know,
Are you still getting paid off that between you and
absolutely. No, absolutely.
Royalties, residuals?
You know, I love the internet because of that.
That passive income.
You know, that internet thing is a monster, and cats are going online and, you know, checking it out on YouTube or however it gets played. We absolutely see residuals from that. So that again is a blessing.
Listen, the reason you're here, the very important woman in your life, her name was Gabe Francis Lucas.
That's correct.
Tell us about her.
She was my manager's mom. She is my manager's mom. That doesn't change. And she was like a mom to me as well. When she came into my life, she, it's funny. Shonda, who's my manager, there were times that Shonda would look for her mom and say, I've been trying to call mom all day and she hasn't been answering the phone. I'm like, really? I've been on the phone with her all day. And so that was the young lady that we, just cracked jokes, and it was a great relationship. And at the time, I knew that she was going through this, but I didn't think that it would get to to this place. I'm hoping, you think of these things like it's not going to get there.
She had breast cancer.
She had breast cancer,
right.
Absolutely. You think of it like, she'll get well, something will take place, she'll be in remission. You think of all these wonderful thoughts.
Pictures of her right now.
That's correct. And so you don't think about that inevitable thing. At least you try not to anyway. And if you do, you joke about it.
Right.
And when that day finally hit, it hit me. Like,
right.
Wow, she's really gone now. And I have a small family. My grandmother, as we speak, is 101 years old. Oh. So dealing with death isn't something that that was pretty much normal in my life. It wasn't. And so I decided to deal with it in a different way. And I said, I'm going to reach out to my hip-hop celebrity friends, and let's do something about this. We have power. We have voice. Let's talk about this. Let's shake that tree and see if a cure falls out of it.
And what's been happening? You've been shaking that tree. A lot of big stars are coming out.
We've been shaking it for 2 years, and we walked for the American Cancer Society in Newark, New Jersey. And the reason why we chose Newark is because that is where Mama Luke walked for 2 years in honor of her mother-in-law, not knowing that years later we'd be walking in her honor. And so classic artists like Joski Love, Dana Dane.
So Mama Luke's mother-in-law had it as well.
Yes,
okay,
she did.
Really? So her mother.
Her mother-in-law.
Okay,
her mother-in-law had it, and
so
for 12 years she's been walking in honor of her mother-in-law. And so then years later, of course, then she has to deal with it. And
which is part of this whole issue too. Sometimes it's hereditary, right? And that's why you need to know. That's why you're getting the word out of here.
Absolutely is that. And so we made so much noise as hip-hop artists as we are. We made a lot of noise in Newark, New Jersey. We became one of the top 10 fundraising teams from our efforts, and everyone just caught the bug and said, let's do more.
Now this week, the American Cancer Society, we tape Wednesday, Thursday. You're going to be getting an award from them.
That's correct.
For when they're raising money and awareness.
For rallying hip-hop together.
You're very proud of that. Tell me why.
I'm absolutely proud of that, because...
hip-hop gets a bad rap, right?
Yeah.
So to speak. Right?
They absolutely do. And, there is positive things that takes place in hip-hop. Unfortunately, good news don't sell papers. So no one magnifies any, goodness in this. And, we are doing this. And a lot of us hip-hop cats right now, the ones that, that we all grew up on, we're all dads, husbands, some of us are grandparents. We're responsible adults right now. Back then when we were doing the whole rebellious hip-hop thing, we were acting our age. Now, as hip-hop artists, we are, adults, functioning individuals in society. And we need society to know that there's another side to this. And with that voice that we've always had, it's time to address these new issues, not the issues that we were addressing then. There are new issues for us to address.
And we'll talk about the powerful image of men trying to save women in a second. So don't go away. All right, folks, when we come back, we'll continue our discussion with hip-hop pioneer, the Kangal Kid. He is raising awareness about breast cancer and wants you to play a role in the cure. You're watching The Stan Simpson Show. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, too. Don't go away. All right, welcome back to the Stan Simpson Show. Rap pioneer Kangal Kid is raising awareness about breast cancer in the hip-hop community and beyond. We're talking about, got all these tough hip-hop guys now taking on an issue that is related to women. That's a powerful image, seeing men kind of put the word out about women. Talk about that.
Absolutely. I mean, again, I said earlier, we're husbands, we're dads. A lot of us have daughters. So, of course, we see it differently now. Again, like I said, we were kids saying what we were saying regarding hip-hop and, doing that whole thing. But, we're responsible adults right now that needs to, we cherish our women. Absolutely that. We have to. They're the mother of our children, and so of course, we do all that. And what a great look again for men, as you said earlier, because hip hop is predominantly a male, music form, music, entertainment company or whatever you want to call it.
And some may argue that it is anti-women with some of the lyrics. Not for everybody, but we've heard this conversation many would argue that the lyrics are anti-women.
I'm not going to say that it doesn't exist, but a lot of that was immaturity. A lot of that is immaturity. Guys would get insulted when a young lady doesn't find them attractive, all right? And so emotionally they behave a certain way. So that's all immaturity. But, I'm speaking on behalf of the mature individuals today who understand this need, who has moms and sisters and, daughters, and are losing the women in their lives due to this. And so those individuals are stepping up. And, like artists such as Nelly. Nelly lost his sister. Sir Mix-a-Lot lost his.
To breast cancer.
Yeah.
So connections are there.
Kid Rock. There's a lot of artists. And, then those are the male artists that have lost women. There are women such as Queen Pen, hip-hop artist. She's currently going through it. Lisa is a breast cancer survivor. So, prior to this, a lot of us artists would talk about, come make a cameo in my video or, appear on my song. I'm performing at whatever, come, join me at a show. Now, through these, with these doors opening, a lot of them are saying, hey, my mom just beat it. She just beat breast cancer. And so, the doors are open for us to have this type of discussion right now, and we want to do something about it.
And this issue is of particular interest to the African-American community in that black women are more likely to die because black women and minority women get diagnosed late, and they're more likely to die.
Exactly. It's statistically proven that African-American women are most affected by this. I don't know if it's genetics. We were just saying that earlier, is it genetics or not? But I agree with you. The information gets to them too late, or they go and do something about it too late. And by the time you get to that place, it is too late. Early detection is key. I'm learning that as I'm doing this. Prior to this, I didn't know anything about this disease. And a lot of individuals would keep this type of thing a secret. No one spoke about it before then. Lisa will tell you that during her career, she didn't want to share that with anyone.
Why?
She's a recording artist, and who knows how the label would behave.
Well, the whole sexuality issue, right? Breast and sexuality. And
no, not so much that. It's just the fact that, who knows if the label would look at it like we don't want to invest any more money into this because, she's a product at the time.
Right.
And it might look like a bad investment. So, hey, let's fall back.
But the question would be, why would it be perceived a bad investment? Would it be because that she would lose some of her sexual appeal? Is the perception that if she has this, that she's no longer marketable?
You know what? It could be any of the above.
Right.
I don't know exactly why, but her concern was valid. Like it made sense for her to keep that a secret, and I understand that. And a lot of women has done that, and some of them continue to do that. And so, now that it's becoming, more of a widespread thing, I believe they now know. Let me go get myself checked.
What kind of reaction when you're out there on the street doing your thing? What are you hearing from women? What are you hearing from men?
I'm hearing thank you from both right now. And that's an incredible thing. I was that teenager that was, pin up on, on their walls, and the way I was approached back then was as that idol or whatever. It's a total.
You those groupies there.
They exist. They did exist.
We'll get into that Thursday.
Okay. But the love I get now is an incredible feeling. It's so incredible. I can't even describe it. Having men and women say thank you for what's going on, and all they needed, I guess, was a push. It's not that that no one wanted to do anything about this. I've had hip-hop artists say to me, I lost my sister and I wanted to do something about this, and I support what you're doing. Whatever you need me, to do to back this up, I'm there for you. So, it's a wonderful feeling right now to receive that type of love for doing this. And mind you, it's not a situation where one does this for that. That's not the deal at all. When someone says thank you to me about this, it feels funny. It's like someone thanking you for being a good parent. You're supposed to be a good parent, or thanking you for not getting locked up. You're not supposed to get locked up,
It sounds to me, though, you found your sense of purpose and that you've had this great career, and it seems, hearing you talk, how passionate you are, it seems that you found a new calling, a new sense of purpose for your life. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that is fair to say. I mean, as I said earlier when we first started this, I said I was blessed. And what I mean by that is I'm a musician, songwriter, vocalist, and I didn't go to school to do any of the above. And yet I've had top 10 recordings and production and, all kinds of crazy, great things happen in my career. And I never understood why that was all given to me. And so now with all of those talents and, you know, the titles, the fact that I'm using that to get through a lot of these doors to the point to where even the American Cancer Society is recognizing all the above, it does make you feel like, wow, that's what all that was given to you for, so that you can do it. You know, so it's an incredible feeling. I mean, I'm not the one pulling the strings here. You know, I'm being used to pull strings, you know, to make all these things happen. And
so you're a spiritual person, obviously. It sounds like.
Absolutely, I'm not religious.
Right.
All right, but I'm absolutely spiritual.
So what does that mean? People always say that. I don't never know what that means.
You know, don't ask me what a passage in the Bible is. I don't know it.
Right.
You know, don't ask me what did the pastor say at church last Sunday. I didn't go. Right. You know what I mean? So.
But you pray, it sounds like.
I absolutely. I speak to my God daily. I absolutely speak to my God daily. You know, no, I can't say I'm religious because I define that as that. But spiritual, absolutely. I know I serve a purpose. Everyone here does. You know, and it's their job to find out what that is and do your part. And I believe I'm doing mine right now.
You have a T-shirt there signed by a
bunch of. Yes, let's talk about this.
Let's talk about a minute ago. Walk me through this. The Mama Luke.
All right, so
I know you brought an extra one for the host of the show.
You know,
I know you didn't come here,
son.
I know you didn't come up here with just one T-shirt.
No, I got you. It's in the back somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so let me explain to everyone what this is. The first year that we walked for the American Cancer Society, a few of us artists got together and made that happen. And so after the walk, we all wore this shirt as we walked. And after the walk, everyone signed this shirt. And that has become a movement in itself. Every hip hop artist I've come across has signed this shirt as support to their friends. Okay, let's throw some names. I'm not only going to drop the names, I'm going to point them out to you. Right here is Will Smith.
Okay.
Let's see, Warren G. You heard of him? Yeah. Let's see, Jazzy Jeff. I know I saw LL down here. There go LL right here. LL Cool J. Flavor Flav, of course, had to take the center. Can't be mad at him. That right there is George Clinton. He drew the atomic dog right there.
George Clinton fan, Parliament back in the day.
No doubt. Let's see.
Funk Master, right?
Julio. Let's see, what other names are on here? Nelly. And that's just the front. Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross.
Who haven't you gotten?
There's a lot of names I got.
Give me what name you haven't got.
I didn't get Jay-Z. Nope. Notice how we both said it at the same time. No, I didn't get Jay-Z yet. I didn't get Diddy yet. Let's see, Kanye. Didn't get him yet. There's a lot of people that I need to get, and I will get them shortly.
All right, and I got to get to this break right now. So we'll come back, folks. More with the Kangal Kid, rap legend, hip-hop pioneer, a spokesman for the Mama Luke movement. He is raising awareness about breast cancer and wants you to get involved. Remember, catch our show 24/7, ctnow.com/Stan. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, too. Don't go away. All right, welcome back to the Stan Simpson Show. Remember, catch my column every other Friday in the Harper Current and ctnow.com. We're closing things out with hip-hop pioneer, Kangal Kid. It's a lot of alliterations for me to have to remember. Hip-hop.
It's Kang. Kang. All my friends just call me Kang.
All right, so the guy who showed up without a T-shirt for the host, and hopefully he had some of those Kangal. You got me?
I got you.
At least some of the shades or something. You got to leave here.
I got you. Actually, Skull Candy hooked me up with these right here. So I'm gonna hook you up. Skechers hooked me up with these, so you want me to hook these Skechers too?
I'll take those. So I get some sneakers and some headphones.
This guy is a one-stop shop. You just shop. I ain't mad at you.
So listen, you were in Cleveland.
Yes, we just came back.
Right?
Actually, all of these that I just pointed out, Cleveland, we were supported by these individuals, some of our sponsors, as hip-hop artists such as Cut Creator, DJ for LL, Dinko D from Leaders of the New School, Raheem from Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, DJ Wiz. Like, all of us walked in Cleveland, Ohio. Again, hip-hop men representing this fight. And mind you, these cats, they put their Mother's Day weekend on hold to come down and support the women in Cleveland, and I absolutely applaud them. And it's an incredible movement, man. I can't explain, I can't describe this feeling of just this energy that we bring everywhere. And everyone's supporting this.
We have a powerful audience, and also people think hip-hop, they tend to think urban. As we know, there's a huge white suburban audience as well, so the platform is pretty broad to get that word out.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the business.
Let's talk.
The business of hip-hop. You mentioned earlier that you got robbed before you got paid.
Absolutely.
I got to come back to that because tell me about that now.
All of the guys in
how many
in the
guys are still getting robbed? I mean to cut you off. How many guys today are still getting robbed before they get paid?
You know, I'm going to say it's minimized a lot. It
Right.
definitely has reduced, and the reason why is because a lot of these guys now are entrepreneurs. They
Right.
understand the business. You know, when we did this, we understood the music, but we never understood that it was a music business.
Right, and we probably should explain, we say rob, not physically rob, but
No.
had
Robbed as
bad
in,
contracts,
no,
right?
I mean, bad contracts, not knowing exactly, you know, what it is that you signed,
Right.
what it is that you're getting into. You know, a lot of them, and even
Happens
us
a
for that
lot,
matter.
right?
Even for us, you know, for that matter, we came in here saying we want to be stars. No one said we wanted to be businessmen.
Right.
No one even said we wanted to make money. We just wanted to be popular, you know, and so we got our wish. We're all popular.
You get the limo,
Right.
you got the
Right.
bling, right, the Rolex, and then you
Exactly.
find out it's all coming out of the pay, right?
Yes.
You got the suite, you got
Yes.
the hotel suites.
Absolutely,
And that's
absolutely.
one of the most commonly told stories, right? The guys
Yep.
are living large, and not realizing every limo ride, every suite
Again,
is coming out of their pocket.
a lot of these cats that are doing this are young. So you got to understand that also. They're not coming in here with college degrees and understanding business. These are young kids that are
And not very trusting, right, of maybe mainstream folks who maybe want to help them now.
No,
to-
maybe they are trusting of them. They trust everyone
trusting.
around them.
Okay. Too
That's
trusting,
what,
you're saying.
Too trusting.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You know, and so they just assume that, you know, this person got me. He knows the business, so he's going to take care of me.
Right.
When basically he knows the business and he's going to take care of him.
Biggest mistake you made from a business standpoint?
I would say one of my biggest mistakes, not understanding this business, is not copywriting or trademarking Roxanne.
Oh, okay.
And I mean the name.
Okay.
And here's why. Because the minute that record hit, everyone went out and got a Roxanne name belt buckle, earrings that said Roxanne on it. There were so many different things that were taking place. I mean, I should have came out with a Roxanne doll,
Right.
You know, a clothing line, animated cartoon, a book, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, and so
Yeah.
understanding the business now, sure, this is something that I would have done, but we didn't understand it then. We didn't know that this was going to become this multi-billion-dollar industry that it is today.
Best advice you received in the business?
Do your homework. I mean, you know, today's industry or today's aspiring artist has something that we did not have, or that we didn't have, which is the internet. You know, the internet documents all our success and failures.
Is that cutting out, though, the business manager of the past? You now need, it seems to me you don't need to have a distributor or a business manager. You do your CD, put it online, sell it.
That's correct. None of that is needed, but it's a plus and a negative. And what I mean by that is the plus is the fact that you can do it yourself. The negative is that everyone can do it themselves. So it makes it more congested. You know, the market is more congested right now.
And marketing is key, right?
And it's harder to promote because everyone is promoting. Everyone's their own video company. Everyone's their own video promotion or, you know, record company or production. You know, right now your whole studio can be in a laptop.
Right. Right.
You know, so it makes it harder for the studios, those big studios, to do what they do. So it's a crazy world right now.
We got about a minute left. I need to get some quick hit answers. I'm gonna name some names. Give me your first blush reaction.
Okay.
50 cents. 50.
Brilliance.
Why? Elaborate on that.
He understands the business. He understands marketing. He understands branding, and he's done exactly that.
How about this guy here? They would argue that the most popular rapper right now is a white guy named Eminem.
I'm a big fan of Eminem as well. And
Quick thought on him. When you say Eminem, you think what?
skills. He's very talented. I mean, some of the words that he puts together, I'm like, wow, he made that rhyme? You know, so skills.
Now, you know, I got to mention the man himself right now.
Okay.
That's Jay-Z.
On top of the world.
What has he done? What is his secret?
He represents the American dream right now. You know, this is a guy from the streets of Brooklyn that went through all the channels possible, and he didn't do anything different than, you know, all the other cats before him. You know, your Rockefellers and, you know, all these other, you know, big names. You know, they went through a little something in their time as well and caught a few bumps and bruises, you know, legally, and, you know, and legitimized themselves, and he did exactly that.
5 seconds. Got to mention Biggie and Tupac real quick. Were you a Biggie guy or a Tupac guy and their impact?
I was a Biggie guy. But I'm a fan of both of their success, and it's a shame that we've lost them. If they were both alive right now, it's very possible they could have buried the hatchets and, you know, been good friends right now.
All right, we got to run. The Kangal Kid, folks, the Mama Luke movement, raising awareness for breast cancer. and the whole effort to get women to test themselves early. I want to thank our guest again. Hope to have you back again. Keep us posted, will you?
Absolutely, yeah.
All
I want
right.
everyone to go to the Facebook page, the Mama Luke Facebook page. So please do that. Do your homework. Post it on your page for me.
We will too. 24/7 folks, ctnow.com/Stan. Friend us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. For the good folks here at Fox Connecticut, I'm Stan Simpson. The Morning News and Tim Lammers is next.